Okay, now the same way, if I keep my cursor on the third paragraph and I increase the size, paragraph size, what it does is it increases the size between the second paragraph and the third paragraph. Okay, now let's bring it to its original position, original view, and see what the after paragraph spacing does. This is after paragraph spacing. After paragraph spacing means the paragraph which is the paragraph between the I mean to say the paragraph of the paragraph spacing of next paragraph, that particular spacing of in between the first and second paragraph, that spacing it changes. So after paragraph spacing means suppose if you want spacing between the first and second paragraph, I'll increase the size here. 100 is default, 100%, and if I increase the percentage here, now see it has created a paragraph space between the first and second paragraph. Now you observe the cursor. I have kept my cursor on the first paragraph and I have increased the size of before paragraph spacing. Okay, in the same way, if I want to increase the size of second and third paragraph, what I'll do is I'll keep my cursor somewhere in the second paragraph and I'll increase the size. See, it has created a space. The difference between the before paragraph spacing and after paragraph spacing is in before paragraph spacing, the cursor, the mouse cursor, it has to be placed in a paragraph which is before the paragraph from where you want to increase or decrease the size of the paragraph spacing. In after paragraph spacing is you have to keep the cursor on that particular paragraph. After that particular paragraph, whatever the paragraph is there, that if you want to increase the size between that the present paragraph where you have kept the cursor and the cursor where the next paragraph, if you want to increase the size between those paragraphs, this is the command for that particular. Let's make it simpler to understand. If I keep my cursor on the first paragraph and if I change the size of before paragraph spacing, it doesn't changes because there is no paragraph before the first paragraph. Okay, that's the reason it doesn't changes. Okay, and because it is before paragraph spacing. Suppose if I keep my cursor on the second paragraph, then if I change the before paragraph spacing, now it changes because my cursor, because before the second paragraph there is first paragraph, so this is before the second paragraph. That's why the spacing is, you can see there is a change in the paragraph spacing. In the same way, in after paragraph spacing, you can keep your cursor anywhere in the first paragraph and change the after paragraph spacing size. You can see the cursor, the paragraph spacing size changes. The paragraph spacing between first and second paragraph has changed because my cursor is on the first paragraph, and after that first paragraph there is second paragraph, and I have changed after paragraph spacing to 200. That means the spacing between second and first paragraph spacing has changed. You can see the changes between the first and second paragraph. Okay, in the same way, suppose if I want to change the entire paragraph spacing at once, I'll select the entire paragraph and I'll click anywhere here. If I change the paragraph spacing of before paragraph, it changes to this. It has created a paragraph spacing from both the in between all the paragraphs. In the same way, the same thing happens when you change after paragraph spacing. The same thing happens. Okay, what you need to do is select all and Control A to select all the paragraph and change the size. Okay, I'll bring it to its original position. So this is what the paragraph spacing does. Okay, now this is character spacing. See, you see the character spacing here. This is the word spacing, you can say. These are the character, the words I have typed here. These are the characters, and you can increase or decrease the size of those characters. So to make it simpler to understand, what I'll do is I'll simply type one particular word, change it to capital. This is one word. Now I'll increase or decrease the size of the spacing size of every character. Suppose if I increase the size to 20, now you see the word spacing is changing. Change it to 100. Now you see there is a 100% word spacing in between every character, or in between every word, you can say. Default is 0, so 0 means there is no space between each character. Language spacing is suppose if you want to type any particular language, like Hindi, Marathi or any other language, language spacing can be done through this particular language spacing command. So if you are typing any Hindi text and if you want to increase or decrease the words character spacing, you can do this. Now this is word spacing. Word spacing means this is one word and this is the second word. Now if I want to increase the size between these two words, what I do is I'll select both the text, or I'll just keep my cursor in between the word and I'll increase the word. You'll see the word spacing is increasing here. It is 500. See the word spacing, this has increased. This can be done through this particular command here. If I bring it to 0, there is no space between the words. So but default is 100%. So if you keep it as 100, so there is the exact word spacing which you require to type word or a sentence. Let's see this in a sentence. I'll select this few text here and I'll increase the word spacing. You see there is a word spacing created. So I'll keep this entire thing as default. To bring the entire text to its original, what I need to do is, again I need to change the entire figure from. See, character spacing is by default is 0, and the language is not applicable here because this is not any other local language, and the default word spacing is 100. If I increase this word spacing, it slightly, the word spacing increases, but default is 100. 100 is default word spacing. You see the word spacing increasing. These are the words, and the spacing in between is increasing here. But default is 100. Default is 100. 100 is the default word spacing. Okay, this is what the word or character spacing does. Here are the commands for that. To get this command box, again I will tell you, to get this command text property command box, what you need to do is go to text and click here on the text properties. This is how you get this particular box.